For the most intelligent inhabitants of that future world won't be men or monkeys, they'll be machines, the remote descendants of today's computers. Now, the present day electronic brains are complete morons, but this will not be true in another generation. They will start to think, and eventually they will completely outthink their makers. Is this depressing? I don't see why it should be. We superseded the Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal men, and we presume we're an improvement. I think we should regard it as a privilege to be stepping stones to higher things. I suspect that organic or biological evolution has about come to its end, and we're now at the beginning of inorganic or mechanical evolution, which will be thousands of times swifter.
Which is what they call today transhumanism. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the like foreigners, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. 1964, that meaning they had this plan for decades. It's part of their original plan. Diabolical. Straight, I want to say straight to the point, but evidence is coming out to show you that how this man really thinks. What is his name? J.R. Hubbard, and there's another guy. And they used to write futuristic things, books, shows, certain shows before, like the Twilight Zone, show you a dystopian future, and it all revolves around what? Total control of the populace, but mind control. All right. So they've been predicting this thing from the very beginning, because that was part of their plan. That was part of their council.
But even if the future does belong to the robots, our bodies and our brains still have immense untapped potentialities. For example, to cope with the information explosion, we may develop a machine for recording information directly onto the brain, as today we can record a symphony on tape.
What talk is that? That's what we call the modern day RFID microchip. And it so happens that China already approved their microchip. I forgot they call it Neo. And here in America, Elon Musk is working on the same goddamn thing, which is called Neuralink, which is equal. And when it's read in the Greek, I believe, the name Neuralink comes up to 666. So prior to all of this, what we speak of consistently, now it was already in motion. The plan was already set. All right? It was set to do what? To enslave the populace.
So we may one day be able to become instant experts, learning Chinese overnight, for example. Or we may be able to recall completely memories of past events so that we seem to relive them. In fact, techniques...
That's Black Mirror episodes. All right. So this man already had this mindset back then. He already had his mindset. This is how they want things to do it. And it's being pushed heavily. But it's the resistance that they fear. All right. And just like in this truth, we have other camps speaking nonsense, and they can't clearly speak of this because they get gabbed, or obviously the Lord's not dealing with them. So he's giving the world an idea, and I guarantee you, people who wasn't trying to hear that back then. Life was different back then, but they was telling you their plan from the beginning.
Already known for doing this in a rather limited way at the present. Alternatively, we may prefer to totally erase past unpleasant memories. For the most intelligent inhabitants.
So they want complete control. That's what they desire. Complete control, which we already know. And everybody should be looking at this like, yo, we gotta get a couple scriptures. I ain't gonna make this too long. Isaiah 29. What I say? No, I'm right. Isaiah 29:15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel. And that's deep, right? That's why the Lord is bringing up all the dirt that Esau did. Because they try to hide it. They hide it in the dark to try to confuse the world. And this is why you have people losing their livelihood because they believe in a failed system. A system that was designed to keep everybody oppressed. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us? Who knoweth? So the secret society, the Bilderberg meetings, all these WEF, all these things is done in secret. Then they go out publicly to say what they did, and it looks it's gonna look real bad for E real soon. All right, Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Y'all plotted this thing out. You had this mindset. That's why you had to show what Lost in Space. You had the Twilight Zone episodes of this dystopia future. All right, and they need to use every aspect to seduce the majority of the people to get down with this new thing. If not, a lot of people is going to be taken out. They want to implement their force on everybody. It says, an understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. I'm sorry. I was supposed to read that. Isaiah 25:29. 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who knoweth, who seeth us, and who knoweth? Surely your turning things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay, meaning it's fragile. Despite, as great of alliance that they have with who are the enemies now, it's still the Lord's will. All right. It says, and it works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and knoweth us? And they turn everything upside down because they want wisdom. They want immortality. They try to find a different avenue. And so you don't trust what is being spoken today, they'll show you something that was going on a long time ago. In other words, what they call predictive programming. I know what they predictive programming. They already had everything set up. They already told each other what they wanted to do. They probably, spirit led them to believe like, oh, let's just make a microchip. And somebody would say, microchip. To do what? And so eventually you can put it in people so you can control them. This is the future that they desire, and they will be destroyed for that. I find that it's very fascinating, proving that the GMS is a camp of prophets. Right? Speak the unpopular thing out loud. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. This is history right in the making. So with that being said, shalom to the elected nation. So shalom.